Almost a grown man. Won't be long before you'll be joining the fight yourself.
That's right. Don't worry, Uncle Rayleigh. I won't let those soldiers sneak up on you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to hit your dog. I was trying to pet your dog. I did not mean to. Okay, I apologize.
You two look pretty well done in.
Really? I was trying to pet the dog. This, it jumped. Our hero, claims a warrior's heart. I tell you, the dragonborn comes with a voice-wielding power of the ancient Norlar. Believe, the dragonborn comes. Welcome back. I am a friendly pest, and this is Skyrim VR, which I'm playing on an Oculus Quest 2, streaming from my PC, and I have installed around 61 mods. As you can see when I look down, I have a body, I have holsterable weapons. Higgs is enabled, which allows me to interact with different items in the world. And while not perfect, I'm doing the best I can to learn how to mod a game. This is actually one of the first games I've ever modded. So I wouldn't say it's going particularly smooth. But I'm working on it. Anyway, I never played Skyrim. When it came out, I played it on the 360 just a little bit. Man, that's a nice view. That's an awesome view. I played it on the 360 just a little bit, as far as I think the Greybeards, which are up in the mountains somewhere. And then that's all I played this game. So I wound up purchasing the most recent console release, the special edition. And it started to grab me. And I thought, why not play it in VR? So I got the VR version. I listened to the comments, and everyone says it needs mods to kind of be what it should be, and it did the best I could to learn basics to modding, and here we are now. And I will probably tweak on that and adjust. I feel like I'm forward and low in my body, and maybe that has to do with the hill. But that's a work in progress, and hopefully I get better about it. Meanwhile, I thought this would be a fun new series that would have a lot of content available. And we'll see how it goes. We're going to strike right off. Man, the walking speed feels super fast, and I feel really short. But I'm as tall as this guy is, so I don't know. Anyhow, thinking about making this a staple to my game rotation. How tall are you? Let's see how tall you are. Taller than me. Am I crouched? Is there a way to uncrouch? Stand still. No, he's definitely taller than me. Let's see if I can figure out some settings. No, I don't want to wait. That's not exactly what I had in mind either. Nope. How about this way? You quiet down. That's not what I wanted. But that'll bring up the menu. Okay, here's the systems menu. Let's take a look at the settings. VR. Sorry, this is going to be kind of a thing until I figure this out. Let's bump the height up. That should work. Bump the movement speed down a pinch. Let's try that. Let's see how that works. It's probably going to break my model, and now my head's not going to be inside the body. The model just feels super weird anyway. How's that? That's a little better. I mean, he's probably a pinch taller than me, but I'm used to that, so it feels a lot better walking around. I don't feel like a gnome from EverQuest 1. Shout out to anybody that understood that reference. That was a great game. That was my first online multiplayer game. Dial-up connection, 24/600, absolutely atrocious. Computer could barely run it. Really cool game, though. Man, I spent a lot of time in EverQuest. I was a Quanos man by myself, or Kinos, however you pronounced it. Spent a lot of time in Black Burrow.
See that ruin up there? Bleak Falls Barrow. I never understood how my sister could stand living in the shadow of that place. I guess you get used to it.
I don't think it looks so bad. I think it looks pretty good, really. Yeah, I've installed quite a few mods. I don't know. I found a collection that recommended these 61 mods to improve the vanilla experience of Skyrim VR, and here we are. That's what I'm trying to do.
These are the Guardian Stones. 3 of the 13 ancient standing stones that dot Skyrim's landscape. Go ahead, see for yourself.
Say 3 of 13. Be a warrior. Be a warrior.
Warrior, good. Those stars will guide you to honor and glory.
I will say I struggle quite a bit with the holsters and stuff, and then the weapons don't have any weight, not really. So there's that. But hopefully I figure it all out, right? That's part of the reason I just want to be a warrior and smash things, because there's gesture control. What was that? Did you see that? Okay. That's how you harvest things. The thing is, like, the scale of this game, the amount of content, you're not going to find that in, like, I'm not aware of any VR game that has that kind of scale and content. And I know the VR mode was shoehorned in, and at its foundation, this is a very old game. But the prospect of playing a game on this scale with mods to make it a little better in VR is very exciting to me. And we'll see. Hopefully I can get into it. Hopefully I enjoy it. Hopefully you guys enjoy watching it. I don't know. I like games with progress. I like to improve my character, improve my gear, see a story through. I don't like to just... Like, don't get me wrong, games like Beat Saber and Pistol Whip are fun.
This isn't Stormcloak territory. If we're ahead of the news from Helgen, we should be fine. As long as we don't do anything stupid.
Sure.
Run into any Imperials. Just let me do the talking, alright?
Don't tell me what to do, player. That water looks good. I wonder if that's my mod making it look that good. That looks awesome, especially with the effect from... I know, like, the recorded footage is just the left lens, right? So you don't get to see the effect I get to see. This is very... awesome, actually. That looks really good. I'm going to enjoy this. This is going to be a good time, especially once I figure things out. Wolves? Where'd my little buddy go? He killed everything and he left while I was looking at... I didn't hear a thing. Okay. Right. I feel like I'm forward in my body. Maybe I can tune that. Yeah, I feel like I'm like all hunched over, you know what I mean? Let's see if I can fix that real quick. Apologies in advance. Just how do I get this? No. I know I can get to the systems menu this way, but I kind of have to cheat the game to do it. Mod configuration, VRIK. Let's see what we got. So I think height is okay. Head forward distance is what feels funny. Let's see, can I adjust that? Let's make a big adjustment and see what it does. And then I feel like my head needs to be a little higher. Let's try that. Again, I apologize. I don't think that's right, but I think it's playable. I'll figure that stuff out later. I don't want to bore you guys with that, because that's going to take some tuning. I will do that before I record the next episode, maybe. I don't know where my little buddy went. I guess he went all the way to town without me. Anyway, I try to finish my thought. Games like Beat Saber and Pistol Whip and stuff like that, they're fun, right? I enjoy that. But something with progress is what brings me back. Man, that almost looks like a Bob Ross painting. That is awesome. Surprised how good that looks. Man, that really looks great. This has been a real trial just to get this running. Like, man, I struggled with mods. It's not intuitive for me.
A dragon! I saw a dragon!
What? Sure you did. Hey.
Helgen? Has something happened? You're right. Follow me.
You're kind of tall. Why is everybody so tall? Am I crouched? Wrong button. Wrong button.
Help with something.
What is it, woman? Sven drunk on the job again?
What just come to you?
Well, I pushed all the buttons and I'm still crouched, so I don't know.
What are you doing here? I'll be right down.
I feel like my character's crouched. I don't know. Like I'm standing up as straight as I can.
Uncle Raylo!
Oh, wow.
Can I see your axe? How many Imperials have you killed? Do you really know Ulfric's Stormcloak?
Hush, Frodnar. This is no time for your games. Go and watch the South Road. Come find us if you see any Imperial soldiers coming.
Aw, Mama. I want to stay and talk with Uncle Raylo.
Look at you. Almost a grown man. Won't be long before you'll be joining the fight yourself.
That's right. Don't worry, Uncle Raylo. I won't let those soldiers sneak up on you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to hit your dog. I was trying to pet your dog. I did not mean to. Okay, I apologize.
You two look pretty well done in.
Really? I was trying to pet the dog. This, hey, I jumped.
Think you can take me?
How do I surrender? Is there a way to do that? Can we be cool? Look, I'm sorry. Is there a way to apologize? Calm down, crazy bastard. What the heck? What do I gotta do? Load a save?
Cowards. You're as good as dead.
Trying to draw my weapon, it ain't working out. This is gonna be a trash fire, obviously. Hey! Man, the combat is not satisfying.
Victory is yours. I submit.
She submitted. See that? Ow, that was a heck of a... That's not how you submit. Absolutely horrendous. Everything about this is horrible. Your health is low. Like, everything's wrong, though. Maybe if I get killed, I can load my save. What an absolute trash fire. What an absolute trash fire. Really? All the way up here? Unbelievable. What a mess. Yeah, it's a dragon, bro. What a nightmare. What a nightmare. I can't believe how far I got rolled back. We'll try to just run through this and we'll skip the normal chattiness and enjoying looking at things and all that nonsense. What? Like, couldn't pull my weapon, accidentally punched a dog, had to kill innocent people. What a mess. What a mess. I'll probably skip through this so you don't have to watch this, and I'll teleport to where I was. And this time I won't punch the dog. Let's do that. And fade back in. Made it. figured out a couple things. My body fits a little better, and I found a way to move where this axe is holstered. And I've made it back to town where I will be very careful about punching dogs.
What? What is it now, Mother? Did I see you talking to Sven? Maybe not. Maybe. Never mind. But
Sorry about that little incident. What can you do? I had no idea that just waving my arm around the dog would punch the dog. Look at certain. How you doing? Can I talk to you?
New to Riverwood? If you're looking for work, go see Hod at the mill. And by supplies, Alvor can help you out.
Leave me alone.
Brother, Mara's mercy, it's good to see you. But is it safe for you to be here? We
Gerder,
heard that Ulfric had been captured.
Gerder, I'm fine. At least now I am.
Are you hurt? What's happened? And who is this? One of your comrades?
Not the comrade yet, but a friend. I owe him my life. Is there somewhere we can talk? There's no telling when the news from Helgen will reach the Imperials.
Helgen? Has something happened? You're right. Follow me. Hod, come here a minute. I need your help with something.
What is it, woman? Sven drunk on the job again?
Hod, just come here.
Raylo, what are you doing here? I'll be right down.
Actually, kind of cool. My old friend, the dog.
Uncle Raylo, can I see your axe? How many Imperials have you killed? Do you really know Ulfric Stormcold?
Hush, Frodnar. This is no time for your games. Go and watch the South Road. Come find us if you see any Imperial soldiers coming.
Oh, Mama. I want to stay intact with Uncle Raylo.
Look at you, almost a grown man. Won't be long before you'll be joining the fight yourself.
That's right. Don't worry, Uncle Raylo. I won't let those soldiers sneak up on you.
Now, Raylo, what's going on? You two look
Well, I
pretty...
made it further than I did last time.
I can't remember when I last slept. Where to start? Well, the news you heard about Ulfric was true. The Imperials ambushed us outside Darkwater Crossing. Like they knew exactly where we'd be. That was 2 days ago now. We stopped in Helgen this morning, and I thought it was all over. Had us lined up to the headsman's block and ready to start chopping.
The cowards.
They wouldn't dare give Ulfric a fair trial. Treason for fighting for your own people. All of Skyrim would have seen the truth then. But then, out of nowhere, a dragon attacked.
Oh man, he's dragging this story out.
I can hardly believe it myself. And I was there. As strange as it sounds, we'd be dead if not for that dragon. In the confusion, we managed to slip away. Are we really the first to make it to Riverwood?
Nobody else has come up the South Road today, as far as I know.
Good. Maybe we can lay up for a while. I hate to put your family in danger, Gerder, but...
Gerder is a great name.
You and your friend are welcome to stay here as long as you need to. Let me worry about the Imperials. Any friend of Raylov's is a friend of mine.
Whatever.
Here's
I'm
the
ready to
key
move
the
on.
house. Stay as long as you like. If there,
That's nice of you. Appreciate it.
there is something you could do for me. The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever troops he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt.
Sure.
Sister, I knew we could
Talk to the Jarl of Whiterun.
To get back to work before
I half remember that. Let's see. Map. Whoa. The map is actually a pretty cool thing. Falkreath, Guardian Stones, Riverwood. So I'm in Riverwood, and I need to go to Whiterun. Is there a compass? Can I just mark it? There we go. That was easy.
Anyone else escape? Did Ulfric?
Don't worry. I'm sure he made it out. It'll take more than a dragon to stop Ulfric's Stormcloak. I'll let them into the house and
Sure.
show them where everything is.
I might have to make longer episodes than normal. Most of my content is around 30 minutes or 40 minutes on the long end, and if I'm gonna have to watch a bunch of NPC dialogue, that's gonna make pretty dull episodes. So we'll see. I might make these longer. There's a lot to see. Really don't know much about this game. I think Morrowind back in the day was my first Elder Scrolls game, and that was pretty cool. It's the sandbox of it. It's the... Those birds all went up there. That's interesting. It's the... I'm going to go see what they were up to. I don't know. It's the simulation. Even if, not exactly executed to perfection, it's interesting and fun. And I don't know, if you're in the mood for it, in some ways, I think more satisfying than just a linear experience with one story to tell. It's a wolf. Showcase some of this amazing combat. It's the weapons. Look at that. Not exactly satisfying, to be honest. But, wonder if I could get a shield, if it would recognize the parry. That would be a little better, because just flicking this around and killing things. So, evidently, the combat, unless there's some mods to make this better, is not going to be like the highlight of this experience. And that's okay. I think the highlight of this experience is going to be this. It's going to be the adventure, the exploration, the story, the side quests. That's what I'm looking forward to. Like, I've got some other games to play where the gameplay is really excellent, like Half-Life Alyx or Into the Radius or even Legendary Tales. So if this one, the gameplay isn't exactly the highlight, that's okay. And hopefully either the mods get better, or what would really be amazing is if their next entry was built a little more from the ground up to take advantage of VR. Because, man, I am enjoying VR right now. What was that? There was a dude there and he disappeared. What the... That is a giant. This is what I'm talking about. Like, obviously, surely this doesn't happen every time somebody plays this game. Surely not. Like, I think I've started this game a couple times, and I don't remember ever seeing a giant right here stomping the people.
Well, that's taken care of. No thanks to you.
I just got here. I'll be nice.
Huh. Another milk drinker crying about his effort. Glory only awaits those who triumph. And as companions, our glory must always be hard-fought. An outsider, eh? Never heard of the companions? An order of warriors. We are brothers and sisters in honor. And we show up to solve problems if the coin is good enough. Not for me to say. You'll have to talk to Codlac Whitemane up in Jorvaska. The old man's got a good sense for people. He can look in your eyes and tell your worth. If you go to him, good luck.
That's all well and good. Evidently this does happen. Wow, that rain's pretty convincing, believe it or not. Like, I almost feel cold. This probably does happen regularly, and I've just never stumbled into it somehow. Or maybe they killed it before I got here because I was lost and dumb, which is my normal state, my default setting. I don't know. Because I don't remember that ever, which isn't to say that it didn't happen. Because my memory is pretty poor, and it was many years ago when I started this game and didn't proceed. Either way, that was pretty cool. Whiterun. That is my destination. And that is some kind of fast travel, if I remember right. Sweet. Be very careful. People are touchy if you accidentally smack them. Man, I am dirty. Man, I am enjoying VR lately. I would love for it to become mainstream enough that it really got some appreciation. Because right now, this is my favorite way to play. Just have such a good time. It's like, and I've said this in the last several videos, so I won't lean into it too long. But it's like it's new to me again. It's like gaming's new. Stuff to discover and see and interact with, and new physical skills to learn. And it feels fresh and fun and interesting, and I'm having a great time.
City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only.
It's so stupid.
Riverwood's in danger too. We better go on in. We'll find the Jarl in Dragon's Reach at the top of the hill.
With the dragons about, we close the gate. Like, okay. It's not like they fly. I wonder if you guys can see the loading screens, because they're actually pretty cool. How's it going?
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorlin Greymane for help?
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak. Besides, Greymane would never make steel for the Legion.
Have it your way. I'll take the job, but don't expect a miracle.
I spend a lot of time at the market stall so I can learn the merchant's trade. I need more experience if I'm going to run an inn someday.
I actually like that about this kind of game, like a Fable or an Elder Scrolls, the way everybody just walks up to you and tells you their business. Like, it's silly, but I like it. It's entertaining.
Those Greymanes to oblivion. They want to back the Stormcloaks, they'll get what's coming to them.
I know what you mean, brother. Everybody just tells you their business on command.
Give me your money.
I don't have any money.
You better give me 5 septims right now. I'm gonna bloody your nose.
You're an asshole. Quit it.
Please.
I'm not
I
afraid
really
of
don't
you,
have any money.
no. Even if you are my
I'll give
elder.
you 10 septims tomorrow. Just don't hit me.
I need to save before I accidentally punch a child. And, well, that's a cool view. Maybe I'll use that for my thumbnail. Let's. Yeah, maybe. Maybe, that's pretty cool. I gotta figure out how to save. I'm supposed to go meet the Jarl. And
His honor is important to you, but we can't afford it.
It took me weeks to find that beast den. I can't stop now, but I can't get the sword on my own.
So you're willing to starve your wife and daughter to reclaim some rusty old sword?
I just need to hire one, maybe 2 good men. You won't starve.
I'll put it plain.
man, there's a lot going on. Like, I'm gonna stay on target, but I feel like there's a lot of side quests right here.
They say Helgen got hit by a dragon. One of those horrors comes here. We'll be ready.
They'll be ready. 5,000 per person. I hope this captured well. I even had to change the way I capture my footage to try to get it to capture. There's another great view. Tremendous. This is going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy this experience. I know this wasn't amazing content, this particular episode, but I'm just figuring it out. Trying to learn the controls. And I've got a long way to go on that. But this is going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it, especially the scale of this game, everything there is to see. Hopefully you guys are interested in following me along. I can't be as chatty in this game as I like to be because there's so many NPCs that have a lot to say. But I think I'm going to wrap it up right here.
I spend a lot of time at the market stall so I can learn the merchant's trade. I need more experience if I'm going to run an inn someday.
This talk of dragons? The world's gone mad, I say.
You too?
No lollygagging.
This is awesome. What a mess. What a mess. What a first experience. I don't even know. I don't even know. How do you whip these bastards before they talk at me some more? I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'm tickled. That's another cool view. What a mess. I'll make more progress on it later. For now, there's a skeleton under the bridge. That is absolutely a skeleton down there. I'm going to look at that before I go. I think I've got realistic swimming. Oh no, oh no, oh no. What's going on? I accidentally closed the tip, so I missed it. I can catch a salmon. Amazing. What happened? There was gold on it. Okay. This realistic swimming is real bad. We're going to turn that off probably. We're probably going to turn that off. I don't know about all that. Man, so much of this game is janky. That's okay. I'm still really looking forward to it. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. And next time, I will probably double the amount of time I play. But I started recording this kind of late because it's really given me a lot of difficulty setting it up to capture it and play it, especially with the mods and stuff that I'm not familiar with. So I will shoot to... Don't say anything, right? I don't have time for you. I will shoot to double my normal recording length so that these videos actually cover a little ground. And hopefully they go a little smoother than this one. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully you're looking forward to hanging out with me as I go through this. I'm really looking forward to playing it. Hopefully you got some nice stuff set up this week. Hopefully you got some awesome weekend plans. Hopefully you are able to spend the time. Man, I'm trying to do an outro and I can't even remember what I'm supposed to do. That's alright, forget it. Forget it. No, quit talking to me. Thank you for watching. And have a nice day.